Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Charles Cole, the next Assemblyman from the 37th District.
Some politicians receive 3 pensions and try to get more. Some politicians arrange for the taxpayer to reimburse them for their pension costs. And some politicians sue churches and shut down businesses. I am not some politician. I'm Charles Cole, and I'm running for state assembly. I'll be honest. I will be honest. My youth, to me, is an asset, not a liability. I have not been corrupted like my opponent has over 37 years of government service. I've not been corrupted like that. He has 3 pensions. Can you believe it? In office, my pension will not be a priority for me. But the following items will be. I support the funding of law enforcement 120%. They are the only thing standing between the citizens and barbarism. Police and our Second Amendment rights are necessary for our safety and protection, without which we cannot be free. In government schools, I will oppose any bills that advance Marxist education, now taking place all over California. I will work with other assembly members to repeal existing Marxist race training, indoctrination, and poor education in our state schools. And when you look at these riots with all of the young BLM and Antifa members, you see what this indoctrination looks like. Businesses being burned to the ground, police being shot. It's absolutely ridiculous. On taxes, I oppose any new taxes. No new taxes. And I propose a 30% salary reduction for the top 10,000 state employees. And that includes myself if I am in that number. Not all government is essential. In fact, most, in my opinion, of government is not essential. We could use all of the money that we save by doing this to lower taxes on small businesses and pay police and pay down our debt. As an example, there is no good reason a county librarian should be making $250,000 a year, or any state official should be making $300,000 a year, $350,000. I mean, does anyone here make $32,000 a month? A month. Well, if you do, I'd appreciate a donation. It'd really help out a lot. Shameless self-promotion, that's what you do in politics, right? And I also propose redirecting the billions to be wasted on the high-speed train to nowhere, and instead spending that money on self-help and mental health care facilities for veterans and homeless who are trying to re-enter society. As for Prop 13, I will vote against any rollback, short circuit, or weakening of Prop 13. You can count on that. We are taxed enough already. Now, in the Assembly, I will promote or employ my 6 metrics for voting on any bill that crosses my desk. The first metric is, does the proposed bill solve a real problem? For instance, my predecessor for this seat, 90% of her bills were business regulations, and the other 10% were tax hikes. That didn't solve a real problem to me, unless you're a government spending, well, socialist. Metric 2, can the private sector better solve this problem? I believe that the private enterprise will build housing and they'll build housing and create businesses much better than a government bureaucracy would that would waste billions of dollars and thousands of hours in man-hours. The private sector always rules in my book. Metric 3, is the bill a dumb idea? This is personally my favorite, and it alone would eliminate most of the bills proposed in California's State Assembly. Metric 4, is the solution cost-effective? And that means it better not cost the taxpayer or any of you another damn dime. Not one more dime. The state has enough money, tell them to allocate it properly. Metric 5 and 6, they go together. 5 is, did government policy cause this problem in the first place? Usually in California, the answer is yes, absolutely. If so, metric 6 is go back and repeal or fix the bill in question. And this is why we need more GOP members into the Assembly. Because most of these liberal bills cause more problems than they solve. And as conservatives, we actually know how to run things. We run businesses. We know how to save money. We know how to conserve. To stay out of the way of business and to get things done to help our state and help its people. And that is exactly what I plan to do. In closing, this is probably the most important election since the last one. These last few years, we've had fires, we've had floods, plagues and riots, and terrible, terrible debates. What's next? Next, we vote these elitist losers out of office and get California back on track. When we come together around our shared American values, as conservatives, moderates, the faith community, our Latinos, and our black community, and even the JFK Democrats. Yes, they are going to join us. When we group together, we can elect those 20 new conservative members into the Assembly and flip California to the red side. And then we can elect our great conservative leader, Andy Caldwell, to the United States Congress. And we can elect our solid business leader, Gary Michaels, to State Senate. And we can elect all of our great conservative school board members to save our children from this Marxist socialist indoctrination put in place by this board we have now. We can win back our state, and we will. I'm Charles Cole. Thank you, and God bless America. Look at me at coleforassembly.com, and don't forget to vote. It's the only way to change.